I want to thank everybody for coming to the show. This is the Pass Episode 3. This week we're going to be talking about week 1 of the NFL. On this show, your opinion doesn't matter unless you're willing to put money on it. And so we use FanDuel Sportsbook, and it's me and my guest coach, and we're going to talk about week 1, and we're going to go right into it. The pre-show I just recorded, I'm going to clip that and put that up. But we were talking about the Texans and the Chiefs. It is a 9-point spread for the defending champs, the Chiefs, in their first game against the Houston Texans. So, 9's a lot, game 1, but this is the champs we talking about.
It's the champs, but are they? I mean, them boys partied, man. They partied all season. Are they ready? Are they ready to get back to playing? They are the champs. The hardest thing about being the champs is you're everybody's Super Bowl. They got to play 16 Super Bowls all season long. 9 points is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, 9 points is lots. And the Texans aren't bad. So
Texans are solid, man.
I don't know why that point's so high. I don't.
I think it's because they're the champs.
Here's a question. Is there going to be fans? Are there fans going to be
there? There are. I don't know. I think Kansas City's allowing fans, but it's only 10%. Yeah, I don't think nobody's allowing more than 10,000 people.
Okay. All right. So for that game, what are you taking?
I'm taking the champs, but
taking the champs in the 9.
But like I said, I'm gonna take the champs on the money line.
Okay.
In a parlay. Yeah, it's part of my parlay, so I can get my teams up in my parlay. Okay. I'm gonna take the champs and to win the game, but I don't think they're gonna win by 9.
See, I'm thinking I'm taking the Texans.
And that's a good bet. I mean, if you think the champs aren't going to win, then you take the other team. You get more money for the bet.
I mean, I believe Kansas City's going to win, but I'm going to take the 9 points with the Texans. If they lose, a touchdown maybe, but we're talking 2 touchdowns maybe. That's tough.
Right. Well, okay. I hate that. Go back to this. First game of the season. No preseason games. No scrimmages. These guys are going to have to play 60 minutes with a 53-man roster. They haven't done. There's no way to simulate this in practice. Even if the Chiefs get up, they're going to get wore out and tired, and the Texans will throw the ball all over the field and probably come back. So I think all these Week 1 games are going to be one score, but just because of fatigue. And, guys, you're not in game shape. You're just not. Mm-hmm. That's why we have preseason, to get in game shape.
Yeah.
To get in game shape.
Let's see.
You all right there, sir?
That game is Thursday, 8:20. So that's going to be, start of the NFL season. Let's see. I got to actually look at dates real quick because today. All right, so the 13th is Sunday. So at the 1 o'clock games, you got the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions. Lions at -3. That's like a regular spread for an NFL game.
Yeah. And that's a good spread. And I like the Lions. I do. I like the Lions. I've liked the Lions the last couple of years. I'm pretty sure Stafford will still be healthy. I mean, they've been the last 2 seasons, the games that he's been able to play in, they're probably, 80% win percentage.
Yeah.
It's just the when he's hurt is when they fall off. So I'm taking the Lions and the Bears, and I don't think Trubisky is any better. So
I like the Bears defense, and that is why I'm going with the Bears. Same reason why I'm probably going with the Texans, because I like their defense, and I'm gonna go with the Bears. I don't believe in the quarterback, but if your defense can do their job, you ain't gotta do much as a quarterback. And so I'm going with the Bears there. You're going Lions money spread or Lions in the 3?
No, with all the 3-point spread, basically everything under 6, everything under a touchdown, I went with the team that I wanted to go with. Anything over the touchdown, I went with the money line.
Okay. All right. So we got that. All right, next game, big game at 1 o'clock. I can't believe it's a 1 o'clock game. This should probably be a prime time. The Browns versus the Ravens. They got 7.5 going to the Ravens.
This is one of those ones where I took the Ravens on the money line. They played twice last year, of course, same division, and Browns got into them.
Mm-hmm.
They beat them once, and they could have beat them the other time. So I think the Browns style. The Ravens have trouble with teams that play almost their style. They run the ball down your throat, and the Ravens are built like the pass rush, but they're not built to stop that run. And the Browns ran it down their throat last year. It's gonna be a good game. Gonna be close. I'll take the Ravens though on the money line. Not 8 points. They're not gonna beat them by more than a touchdown.
I'm going opposite again on with this. I'm taking the Browns and the points.
Right.
I think this might be the Browns, not year, but they're gonna be better, and so I'm gonna have faith in them that they not gonna get.
So we're both on the same thing. We both think that the favorite's going to win. It's just that I'm being safe and taking the money line, and you're being a little more risky than me.
Yeah,
and going to win more money than me by taking the underdog. So
yeah. Next game, Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, at 1 o'clock. It's at Minnesota. And it is 2.5 points to Minnesota.
Man, I've been seeing a lot of people taking the Vikings, but I'm going to take the Packers.
It's the first time we agree.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Packers. I just think, they got Aaron Rodgers.
Yep. That's why, and I'm not the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan, but
they're playing indoors. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I'm taking. Well, that's our first out of all the games we finally agreed on one. That means they're definitely losing.
That means the Vikings don't win, right?
Right. Other 1 o'clock game, Jacksonville versus the Colts. The Colts are 7.5 favorites.
Yeah. I don't even think I took this one because FanDuel was only allowing me to take 11 teams in my parlay. So I left some teams out. Okay. I had to leave some games out. So I didn't put them in my parlay. The Colts are going to win the game because Jacksonville's not trying to win.
Yeah.
So the Colts are going to win. If I was going to take it, I probably would have took it on the money line though, just because Minshew and them they're gonna play hard, even though the owners are trying to lose. So it'll be close. But Jacksonville had a great defense, but they traded their best lineman, their best linebacker, and their best safety away. I don't know what they're doing.
And their running back.
And the running back, right? And their running back. And so, yeah, the Colts are gonna win.
Next just a matter game, 1 o'clock. First Las Vegas Raiders game versus the Carolina Panthers and Teddy Bridgewater's first game.
Is this in Vegas?
This is actually in Carolina. And the Raiders are favorites by 3.
This is another game I left off my parlay because I love Teddy Bridgewater. And so I love Teddy. I think Teddy, they're the best running back in football. They got Teddy, who got one of the highest winning percentages of any quarterback in the NFL, even though he doesn't get the credit for it. And so I'm gonna take them over the Raiders.
So you're gonna take. Are you taking the 3 too?
Yeah.
Taking the 3.
Yeah.
All right. So then, the other 1 o'clock game, we're gonna have the Miami Dolphins versus New England Patriots, starting Cam Newton.
Yeah, I am I kind of ended our last show with this. I'm gonna go with the Patriots here, and I'm going with the Bill Belichick is a genius because he has changed in people's eyes, You know, Bill Belichick, the guy who would never say nothing for the last 12 years in the interview, is now talking highly of his quarterback and talking highly of his things. And that is Bill Belichick reading the room, and he knows that Cam likes to be praised. Where with with Tom, Tom needed that grudge, he needed that edge, he needed to be told what he wasn't doing and what he couldn't do to make him better. Cam likes to be told that he's the best and nobody can do it better. And that's one of the reasons why Bill Belichick is saying the things he's saying about Cam. And Cam's a beast, man. Cam's a beast. He didn't have any help in Carolina. He doesn't have a whole lot of help here in New England, but he does have better coaching. I'm going to take the Patriots.
6.5 points or the money line?
I'm taking my over. Under 7, I'll take the team, like I said. And then over 7, I'm going with the money line. So I'm going to take the Patriots by a touchdown.
I forgot to say, on the Raiders, Carolina, I'm taking the Raiders. And then we agree on the Patriots, Miami. I think Cam's got something to prove. And I think Belichick and Brady have a personal bet on who's going to do better this year. And so Belichick might be his best coaching year this year outside of the Matt Castle year when they were pretty decent.
They went 11-5 that year, right?
And
they're still the Dolphins, man.
Yeah, they're still the Dolphins. Yeah, still the same. You know, the only team in that division we're going to talk about next that I even respect is the Bills, and it's the Bills versus the Jets. The Bills are a 6.5 favorite.
You know what I did here? I took the Jets.
Oh wow!
I'm not a Josh Allen fan. Just
they
not.
Made the playoffs.
In that division, you get 4 wins automatically if you know what I mean. If you like I said, the Patriots gonna make playoffs this year. Yeah, they got 6 wins automatically in their division. They're gonna be you beat everybody, and then the Bills get the other 4 wins. So, but I'm gonna take the Jets. I like Le'Veon Bell. I think he's healthy. I think he's ready to go. I think the Jets are going to surprise them in week 1, and that's a lot of points.
Oh,
I think the Bills might beat them by 3, but I don't want to go on the money line with them. I think the Jets are going to keep it close.
Yeah, we're going to disagree on this one. I'm taking the Bills and the 6.5. Yeah. The other 1 o'clock. There's a lot of 1 o'clock games. Okay, so
there's a lot of games this week. There's 16
games. They put every game on that like 1. It seems like, but the other game, Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington football team's first game. They got the Eagles 5.5 favorite.
Yeah, this was a tough. I mean, I'll take the Eagles, and it's more just because you don't know what Washington has. New coach, different system, second-year quarterback, but didn't really play much last year. Eagles did win the division and make the playoffs last year, so you got to take the Eagles.
I am also taking the Eagles. I don't know what Washington's gonna do, and
right.
It's one of them things. If we could have seen preseason,
right?
They could have convinced me differently. But right now, I got to go on history, and I just got to assume that they're not gonna be that good this year. And the Eagles are still decent, So I'm going with the Eagles myself. And this is another preseason game that I'm about to talk about. If I'd have seen these two teams play, it might have swayed my opinion. Seattle Seahawks versus the Atlanta Falcons. They got the Seahawks 1.5. I think that's changed because I think when I first was researching this, they had Atlanta favored to win this.
Really? Now it switched?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, this was tough too, man. I don't, on paper, Atlanta is a better team. But when you play football, Seattle just outplays them. Seattle plays better football, but Atlanta has better football players. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Julio Jones and Todd Gurley, and they got a great team. But it's hard to go get the Seahawks to beat everybody. Seahawks can beat anybody.
I didn't know Todd Gurley was on Atlanta. We just talked about that in the pre-show.
Right.
That changes my opinion on this game because I was taking Seattle. I don't like betting against Seattle.
I don't like betting against Seattle. I usually don't even put them on my board if it's because they beat people they shouldn't beat because they're not that good.
They'll make it to the playoffs and go on a run and be one game from the Super Bowl.
Right, exactly.
But for this game, because of what you told me, I think I'm gonna go. I can't bet against Seattle, but I want to pick Atlanta. I think I'm gonna pick Atlanta.
I think I'm gonna pick Atlanta too. I actually think on my parlay I took Seattle, but when I looked at the rosters and where's the game at?
It's in Atlanta.
I'm gonna take Atlanta.
You're taking Atlanta.
Got the West Coast coming. West Coast team flying across country playing a 1 o'clock game, or is it a 4 o'clock game?
That is a 1 o'clock game.
1 o'clock game. West Coast team flying across country on these cool COVID rules. You know the COVID rules. Like they got to fly on charter plane. They got to stay at the closest hotel to the stadium. They can't leave once they get there. It's so. Yeah, it's going to be tough on a lot of road teams because it's going to be the first time they've had done it. There's no preseason games. They don't know what's going on. It's going to be different for everybody. Yeah, I'll take Atlanta.
All right. So right now, where we are, if you did a $100 bet, you would win $19,000 on that. A $10 bet gets you $1,900. So that's pretty good, actually. And what I'm gonna do is because we're not gonna be able to put all the teams on this parlay. I'm gonna do mine real quick where we just had a few different. I don't think it changes much. Let's see, because I'm doing point spread. We agree there.
Yeah, it'll change more. If I'm getting 19, yours will be about 27, 28 probably.
I'm taking the Raiders and I'm taking the Bills. And then I can't bet against Seattle, can I? All right. So at $100 for mine, I would have been $59,000.
Yeah,
that's worth $100.
That's a big difference in my parlay, in my money line bets too.
I might have to actually do that just to be like, I did it.
Yeah.
You know how mad I'd be though to lose that. That would be actually frustrating. Let's get these.
Nah, you know what would be frustrating is to hit it with a $10 bet. You'd be mad as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hit it with 10 and like I should have put 100 on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, that's what gambling does to you.
Yes, it does.
All right. So the 4 o'clock games. The first game they have the Chargers versus the Bengals, and you filled me in that who the quarterback is for the Chargers.
Right.
I was taking the Chargers before you told me that. I'm still going with the Chargers here. They're 3.5 points favorites.
Man, I live and die with the Bengals, and so I don't bet Teddy and I don't bet the Bengals. So this is not in my parlay, but I would take the Chargers. The rookie quarterback starting first NFL game. It's a different speed. It's different. Chargers got solid defense. It's different. And then are they going after California too? So yeah,
it's in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, it's now?
Yep.
Yeah.
If the COVID wasn't around, we could have went.
Huh?
If the COVID wasn't around, we could have went.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll still take the Chargers.
I'm taking.
I just don't know. I like Joe. I hope he's great. I just don't. Man, that first
in the preseason, I don't know what he can do.
Right.
He could be a bust right now. We don't know.
Right.
And as the Bengals, you got to play him because you just drafted him. So.
Well, and then you traded for the quarterback.
Yeah, that too. We'll get to that.
Before he even practiced. Before he even had a practice with Joe. So.
Man. So the next game, Arizona Cardinals versus 49ers. They got the 49ers favored by 7.
Man, people are in love with the Cardinals. They're saying they are just phenomenal. I saw somebody pick your boy to be the MVP this year, the quarterback. But man, the 49ers are solid, man.
Yeah, they just went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And my reason I took the 49ers is because you just went to the Super Bowl and you got embarrassed at the end.
Right, and you lost. Right, yeah. It's easier for the team that loses the Super Bowl. Now, yeah, they have more to play for than the team that won the Super Bowl. And because, first of all, they were up 10 and with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. Posing. That
and
picture
had
is
the
still
ball.
floating around. Y'all posing in the end zone. The game's over.
Man, I just watched it the other day. It was on. I watched it. They posed twice in the fourth quarter. They posed twice in the fourth quarter and lost.
Yeah, so they're gonna be dead serious this season. Everybody they play, they might not even celebrate touchdowns. They might score, give the ball to the ref, and walk off the field because they should have won. They should be coming in this season defending champs, and they're not.
Yeah, they haven't.
And you may not make it back. I've seen several teams make to the Super Bowl and never get back.
Yeah, never even get close. Yeah, so, Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, so this you have
Atlanta
to come
Falcons
out
lost
and
the same kind of way. Yeah,
yeah. You got to blow the Cardinals out.
Game. Yeah, so I'm taking the Niners though.
You're taking the Niners?
Game. Just because no preseason, man, and it's, and I know, I mean, they're bringing back their defense. So
this game should also have been the primetime game. Tampa Bay Bucks versus New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a 3.5 favorite.
Yeah, that's the 4:00 game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
like I got told, were we recording when we talked about this? I don't think so. I'm gonna think that Tampa isn't gonna be ready yet. I just don't think you can. We sit here and say that that no preseason, no real practice, no real hitting. We don't know how good this Tampa Bay's offensive line is anyway. I mean, James got sacked quite a bit. So if they're getting to Tom ain't moving as well as Jameis Winston. I mean, Jameis throws a lot of picks, but he had a lot of pressure. I'm gonna take the Saints. I know Drew Brees. They just made Alvin Kamara happy. They still got the best receiver in the NFL. I'm gonna take the Saints.
I am in a huge debate here. I'm a Tom Brady fan, and I want to see Tom do good. And this first game will prove it. So I'm going with the Bucks. I think they're going to win it. I think the Saints have had 2 years to get to the Super Bowl, and they've been the Minnesota game. You're not robbed. You just make the tackle. The Rams game, there was a no call, and then last year you lose. Was it like Lice played a game last year too, wasn't it?
Yeah, so, 3 years ago. Yeah,
I think it's over for them. Now Tom Brady walks in here with a bunch of old dudes, and everybody was on Tampa last year, and Tampa could have made the playoffs, but Jameson was throwing interceptions out there, so they're not a bad team. So I'm gonna take Tampa Bay in this. I'm not. Tom's like Russell Wilson to me. I can't bet against him. I don't. Whoever's on the other side, I'm just gonna. It's hard for me to bet against them. The 8:20 game, that would be what? That would be the NBC game. Is gonna be the Cowboys and the Rams, and you've changed me because I thought Todd Gurley was still in the Rams. So I was taking the Rams in my prep for this. But without him, I have to take the Cowboys.
I take the Rams.
You still take
the Rams? I left it off my parlay. Because I don't bet Cowboys games because I hate them. And, I mean, I had to take because I went through my parlay. I picked all 16 games, right? And then it says you can only have 11. So I had to go through and pick some teams I wasn't going to pick. So I took off. I'm like, well, I'll take Teddy off. I'll take this. I'm like, I don't know about these Cowboys. Everybody keeps saying they're going to be good. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be good. They don't even know what they're talking about. You're not going to have 3 1,000-yard receivers and make Ezekiel Elliott happy. You're just not going to do that because that means you're not giving him the ball.
Yeah.
So they're going to have some internal problems. I hope, but so, but I think the Rams are just. I just think they had that Super Bowl lull what we were talking about because they were there the year before, right? Lost.
Yep.
Came back last year and just couldn't get their minds right. I think they're going to be a better team this year. I think they're going to beat Dallas.
And Gurley was hurt last year, and he still when he did
Gurley
play, they were a better
Gurley
team.
was hurt. He didn't play
Super Bowl year.
Right. He didn't play the Super Bowl year. At the end of the year, they played the guy they got there now.
Yeah.
So Gurley really hadn't played much in the last 2 years in LA. So I don't think it's a big loss for them.
So you're taking the Rams. We're going to disagree here. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I think the year of their Super Bowl for the Rams, it was the Ty Gurley show, and they had enough momentum to get to the Super Bowl. But without him, I don't see them doing much.
I can see you saying it that way.
Yeah. Now there's 2 Monday night games, and I mean they should have did that the switch thing they can do at the end of the year where they can move games around because these games should be 1:00 games on Sunday.
Yeah. We should be getting the Saints and the Bucks on Monday night, and we should be getting.
It should have been the Browns and the Ravens and Saints and Bucks. Those should have been the Monday night games.
Yeah.
But instead, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the New York Giants, and the Steelers are 5.5 favorites. And
I took the Steelers.
You took the Steelers? Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I hate the Steelers, but I'll take the Steelers.
I
don't hate them. They're solid. They're just solid. Their defense is solid. They won 8 games last year without their quarterback.
Yeah.
They're gonna. And the Giants are still. They didn't get any better.
They really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. What's his name? David Jones. I don't believe in him yet. I don't either. Fan. So let's see. Yeah, we both agree on the Steelers. So the last game is the Titans versus the Broncos. And I don't know why this point spread is so close. They got the Titans 1.5 favorites, and it's in Denver. But the Titans was a player 2 away from the Super Bowl. I don't know why it's 1 point. In Denver, I don't know what they got over the offseason that makes them that point spread so close.
I don't either. I'm definitely going to the Titans. I think they're solid. They're a good, solid team. I don't know what Denver did to make them have. I mean, I guess it's home field advantage. I mean, it's snowing in Denver today. So
yeah.
So
there's a meme going around. It's snowing, it's freezing, and there's fires in the state right now.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Titans. I
took the Titans. Yeah.
I don't know why that is only 1 point. Where like if you look at the other spreads for that day, there's like 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
And then you get to that game, and I don't think the Titans lost anybody who was important to their run.
I don't think Denver gained anybody that's going to make them that much better. All right.
So now, if you just did the 4:00 games for $100 bet, you are at $4,000 for the win, and if you did $10 bet, $465. Now, my question is, before I close this out, what is your actual parlays you're gonna do?
My parlays. I did 11 team.
Yeah.
And I don't have it written down in front of me.
Okay.
It's on my phone, and I'm looking at. I mean, you're on my phone, so
yeah.
I can't get it to it. But it was only like $1,900 for $10 bet.
It's not bad. That's what I want to do one of these $100 ones for that $59,000. But
yeah.
I'm not a believer in myself week 1 right now.
I'm gonna do a couple more. Yeah, but and that's the thing too. I was just like, I don't know. I gotta see somebody play. I gotta see how these guys' win's gonna hold up for 4 quarters. It's just It's just different. You see this guy. I mean, NBA guys get tired in the bubble playing ball, and they were out. You know what I mean? Took them a while to get their legs back. I don't see how these guys are gonna no scrimmages. I mean, that stuff's important for football. You have to play, and when you're a football player, you got to get hit, and you need to get hit a few times so your body can get used to it. Your body gets, we call it like a football callus. You know what I'm saying? You get hit a few times, and you get hit a few times, and then you get a couple days off, and then you go back and hit again, and your body builds up a callus for it, so it doesn't hurt your bare skin, your arms and stuff when you get hit. These first couple of weeks, man, these guys are going to be banged up because it ain't like. And then even like in preseason, that's why guys, the starters only play a quarter, and then they come back, or they play a drive, and then the next week they play like a quarter, and then they play like a half. You know what I'm saying? And then they play the game. They don't get to do this. These guys, some of these guys ain't coming out for the second half.
Yeah.
Some of these guys they won't come out for the second half. It's gonna be tackling's gonna be bad. The kicking game's gonna be bad. There's been no live kicks, no live kickoffs, no live punts. It's gonna be it's gonna be different.
And that's why I was going with a lot of teams who haven't lost people.
Right.
Where you're already in the system, you should know it. Shouldn't be that hard. But my main parlay, it's going to be 10 teams. I'm taking the Texans, the Browns, Packers. They're all underdogs right there. And then I'm taking the Colts, Raiders, New England, Buffalo, Philly, San Francisco, and the Steelers. $10 bet, $5,000 to win. I'm going to take that.
That's a good bet.
That's not a bad bet. I don't feel like I should lose that. The only people I think might lose it for me, the Texans. So I might have to take them off just because I'm scared. That drops it $2,000.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. Well, you can add somebody else though. You can add another game if you want it.
Oh no, these are what I'm calling my for sures.
For sures.
Yeah.
So you got 9 for sures.
All of them gonna lose. They're all gonna lose.
Yeah.
So and then what I'll do is probably break down and do like some 4 teams parlays. If I was doing the 4-team,
Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple. I'm my main one. I didn't put the Texans game in it. I know that because it's Thursday, and I didn't want to lose on Thursday.
Yeah. But if you lose on Thursday, if you lose that game,
you can go back and do another bet.
Yeah,
right, yeah.
You still got the Sunday game, so I can. But if you win that game, then you're like, okay. Like for me, if I win that, then I'm thinking nothing can go wrong. But I don't want to get to the Monday Steelers game and need that game also at the same time. Right.
Here's my betting tip for all my bettors. When you do your 4 and 5, 16 parlays, you always want to put the Monday night game in your parlay. That way, if you win your other 3 or 4 games, you can go double down.
Oh, I know that.
You can go double down. And what you do there is you bet that whatever way you have your parlay. Say you have the Steelers in your parlay, and you got 5-team parlay or whatever, and you win the first 4 games. Go ahead and bet the other team for like a $10 bet. That way you win. You're gonna win money no matter what to cover your losses. And if you hit your big parlay, you do.
And that's how we're gonna end the show. I'm gonna clip that. I'm definitely clipping that. So thanks, Coach, again. We'll do this again next week because we'll be able to see what these teams look like.
Exactly.
Week 2.
Next week will be a real. Yeah, next week will be a real one. Next week is when we should do a $100 bet.
It's gonna be different. See, we're gonna pick a team. They're gonna look bad. Then they come back week 2. We're like, they can't look this bad again, and then they look that bad again.
Well, that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. If there was science to this, everybody would do
it. Yes. So we'll see. I'm gonna thank you again. I'll have this up and ready to premiere before Thursday.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you.